First, congratulations on the win. How much of this was sort of like a no-win situation where if you lose to a one-handed guy. If you win, well, you beat up a one-handed guy. I mean, did you ever, have second thoughts about taking this fight because no matter what, there are going to be people criticizing you if you won or if you lost?
No. When I got this fight offered to me, I jumped on it because I know Nick is a quality opponent. I knew he had a big, huge fan base, and I'm trying to make my mark as a martial artist that I'm world class as well. That's my goal, right? Anything you want to do, you guys reporters, you want to be the best in this business, right? That's what I was trying to do right here. It was never anything that I had seen him as a handicap or anything like that. He's a quality guy. He's going to have a great career. He's going to go on to do amazing things. But I see this as my opportunity to make a stand. Like they made it a part of my contract that if I did put on a show right here, that I would get a contract, and I want to be a signed Bellator fighter. I want to represent the company. They took care of me and my team from top to bottom, and it was just world class. Even this part, just talking to you good people. It's an honor to sit up here in front of y'all and share a little bit about my testimony and my story. So
a little bit of the game is part of the job is getting the blame when the home fans don't think that their guy got what he deserved. I mean, what was that like for you up there? Because those were some loud boos, and of course it's no fault on you. They're not booing you. They're booing what they think was bad judging, but that's not on you.
Even the boos, I got respect and love for the Connecticut fans. They came here yesterday, they came here today, they came and, showed their emotion. Of course, I'm from Oklahoma. If I was, to go over there and end up like this, of course, the people who go over there would be the same thing. But, I was trying to be respectful and be humble in the process, but whenever they just wouldn't even give me a chance to speak, hey man, I just laugh at it. I'm like, come on, bring it. That's why I had to yell out Oklahoma, because everything about my journey is trying to share my story about being a man of faith. I'm a Christian, trying to share a story about me being Native American, being from Oklahoma in my area. There's not a lot of people that get opportunities like this. And if in this night, in this moment, that I can make my whole state and people and Native people proud around the U.S. and everything, and this was the opportunity for me to do it. That was a huge platform. I've never did this before. Get up here in front of you guys, I've never did this before. I'm used to fighting in front of 500 to 1,000 people. Now I'm out here fighting in front of 5,000 people, man. And honestly, I could genuinely get used to this. I enjoy it. This is fun, man. Getting to talk to you guys and share my story. This is what it's all about, guys.
The first round, most people gave to Nick. Obviously, the last round, most people gave to you. It came down to that second round, which was back and forth.
Yeah.
How confident were you that you were going to get that decision when you're sitting there waiting for the judges to read their decision?
Well, I was confident because my coach is in the middle of the between the first and second round, or the second and third round. I asked him, I said, what do y'all think? They said, we think it's 1-1. They said, Coach Harry St. Ledger and my brother back there, Frank Jones, they was like, you need to leave it all out there. And the sacrifice that I did, being away from my family for 6 weeks, missing my daughter's birthday, that's when you dig into moments like that to really pull out. I was like, I got 5 minutes to sit here and shock the world. You guys are shocked. Y'all thought they brought me in. Let's be real. They brought me, everybody, even Bellator, imagine. Everybody was like, oh, this guy's on a 3-fight losing skid or whatever. Hey, I went facing some adversity in my life. I stepped away. I figured how to do things the right way, and I'm here to make a mark. Listen to me. Mark my words right here, all you guys. If Bellator signs me to a contract, I am coming for that belt. I've gotten through the bumps and the bruises in this sport. Everybody wins, everybody loses. But I am coming here to make a mark. I'm not just here to just be a part of the promotion. I am trying to go to the highest level in this sport. I am trying to do that for my Native American people. I'm trying to be a role model, trying to be an ambassador, and just show a little bit of my culture and what we're about, So, man, I just had to leave it all on the line, I think I did enough. It was almost, I don't know what y'all think, but it was almost to where it was a 10-8 round, right? That last round? I mean, you know, I was sitting there and just pushing through. Of course, you face adversity in the fight, and mad respect to Nick because he brought out the best in me. I got nothing but respect for him, and it just sucked because, honestly, like, you know, I'm a very humble fighter, and I wish we could have. It's easier to compete when you face people that are like that. You know, when somebody's a little rude or somebody doesn't really, you know what I mean, acknowledge you, it's hard it angers me because martial arts is all about respect, correct? That's what it's about. And so, you know, I respect my opponent, you know, and I send him the best, you know. He's got a gym, he's doing his thing, and I nothing but love, no hard feelings at all. I'm just here to do my job, and hopefully I did it the right way today.
If Bellator had signed you to a contract, look at the weight division. Who excites you? Who would you like to fight next?
That's a tricky question. You want to say it?
Yeah, put it out there, bro.
Hey, you know, honestly, Brent Primus. Brent Primus. And the reason I say that, no disrespect to Brent at all, I want to fight for that 55 title. I'm 2-0 in this promotion. Yes, I've had some adversity, but I'm gonna. If you're not, if your dreams are not, if they don't scare you, you're not dreaming hard enough, right? That is my dream. I am at a point in my career that I've faced the bumps, the adversity, and I feel like the things I've gone through have prepared me for this moment. I feel like I said, I'm a big, firm believer in God, and I feel like this was all ordained, you know what I mean? If I can, my testimony show that you can go and lose 3 fights, you know, a year ago or whatever, you win one, and you're on this big stage in front of you people, anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it, right? So, like, that's, I mean, whether or not Bellator signs it up, if they want to give me another fight, you know, to build me up to that type of situation. And it's nothing against Brent, but I want that belt. I want that belt. You know what I mean? I want to fight the highest guys. Y'all discounted me earlier today. I want everybody to keep discounting me. I'll discount straight to the bank. You know what I mean?
Quick question from that second round. The first round, Newell takes it. He's out wrestling you. He's pushing you. What changed? Like, what changed between round 1 and 2? What either your corner was telling you, or that you saw that you went, okay, if I do this differently, I'll take control of the fight.
Honestly, I think I just dug in deep. I got in some bad positions right there, and my coach, it was one of those deals today. My coach, Harry St. Ledger, right here, you guys, if you have any questions for him later on, we almost over-prepared. And I honestly think we were just meticulous. You know, Jackson Week, shout out to my home gym. I trained literally, my main training partners were ONE FC fighters, were Bellator fighters, were UFC fighters. And when you go against that type of competition, you know, that prepares you for moments like this, right? You have to prepare for moments like this, and I felt like we were prepared. We kind of settled down, and we got into positions that were favorable for us, and you know, it ended up turning out in our favor. So, you know, thank God for all that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
We look forward